Hi, and welcome to Death in Cambodia, Life in America, a podcast where I interview my father, Robert Chow, one of the first survivors of the 1970s Cambodian genocide. He survived the killing fields, navigated through the jungles of Thailand, and escaped to America to build an empire in the donut industry. After about 40 years, I think it's about time he got a chance to share his story. I'm Dorothy, his daughter, and your host for today's episode. Let's dive in. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Death in Cambodia, Life in America. Last episode, we are following along with Robert. He has walked away from Mama and Auntie Amanda and his family. He's turned his back and he is walking towards the first labor camp that he was originally taken away from because he does not want to put the family at risk. And so this was a very, very tough time for him. I think probably the lowest point throughout this journey so far. The most painful being leaving his family when he is already in a vulnerable state, when he knows what's coming in the future, what he knows the Khmer Rouge is all about, and yet he's still turning away from comfort and going back to the labor camp, not really ever knowing whether or not he's going to see Mama and his family ever again. But he made his decision, and now he is walking towards the first labor camp that he originally was brought to. And let's see what happens next.
I walk, it's about maybe halfway, and suddenly this girl called my name, and I just turn around and I know her because we used to work at the labor camp together.
What was she doing there?
It was about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She just get off from the rice field and tried to get something to, maybe drinking or something. She just saw me. She have a banana. It's about two wrapped banana in her pocket. And she called me. She said, here, I give you two banana to eat. I said, oh my God. It just like, and then I said, no, why don't you keep it and eat? She said, no, I still have a few more. So she gave me banana, and she afraid too because you're not supposed to talk to anyone, give food to anybody. That banana, I believe, her parent gave it to her, use maybe gold or jewelry to exchange.
So I wanted to stop here and give you guys a little bit of an explanation about this quote unquote black market that we're talking about. People who were wealthy prior to the Khmer Rouge, people who had jewelry, pre-existing gold that had been passed down through generations or whatever you have it, people who had that had an advantage during the Khmer Rouge. That's because they can use that gold, little bits and pieces of jewelry, a ring, a necklace here and there to try to trade for things on the black market, such as bananas, like we're talking about here, extra food, most importantly, Western medicine, if it's needed, antibiotics, stuff that the Khmer Rouge soldiers would not give you. Unfortunately, yes, there was, the people who had money pre-existing really did have an advantage during this time period. Had you not had, been lucky enough to have the resources, an extra little bit of money here and there, you would not be able to participate and have the extra things that you would need to continue on in surviving. Later on in the episodes, we will bring in Amanda's stories back, and you will hear there were certain periods where Mama would hide pieces of jewelry in Amanda's hair as they travel along as a way to make sure that we had something, a little bit of an edge to kind of keep us going whenever we needed it. Granted, not everybody was so lucky.
Most of the time, if you have gold, you can sneak and do exchange quietly, because if you get caught, you get killed too. But I think that point, I think everybody hungry, so they're gonna try to get food even they know it's a risk.
Yeah, that's what Mama did too. That's how she got through a lot of the stuff. She had extra gold, and even Kuche in her story, she mentioned a few times about how Mama
Yeah.
would hide gold in her hair
Yeah.
or hide something in
Yeah.
her around so that she could
Yeah.
use it when she needs it.
Right. So,
And this is weird too. So why was that girl by herself?
not by herself.
So you were basically close to the camp at this point.
We're just close to the camp. That's the whole purpose too, that I need to pick up when they get off and when they walk, and then they don't know who's coming, who's leaving. So that time I blend in. As long as everybody get to the camp, then you're talking about so many people, and it's no paperwork, no research, nothing. I did just go ahead and try to remember by face. So
were you able to talk to this girl about what happened the past couple years? Because
no, I didn't. I didn't, because I think she gave it to me. I think she liked me. She asked me, is it okay if I ask my leader to ask you to marry me?
Was this the same girl?
Yes.
Oh, the same girl that asked you to marry you in the first place.
And well, did I mention earlier that
you did kind of? You did kind of.
Yeah.
And she asked you, and then you kind of rejected.
Yeah.
Politely.
It's the same girl. It's the same girl. Same girl. Probably around maybe 5 years older than me. So I was 15, 16 years old at the time.
Yeah.
So she probably around 19, 20. So I say, well, it's hard. I'm not ready for this. It's just the whole purpose that she want to get married, so she able to get out from the labor camp, and they put you back in a village. Which village they can assign to, you don't know after you marry, and then they just put you in a village. Now I think after 2 or 3 years later, they understand to continue to kill people is not gonna help, but it just make your life, extend your life a little bit longer, so they can use you. Yeah, she asked me, and I said no. I don't want to get married at this time, and I'm only 16 years old. I cannot support even myself. So the whole thing, I think, if the system now they change a little bit, that's why a lot of young people in a labor camp try to just go ahead and get married, and then they move you to a village, which is a very tough life too. But it's a little bit easier than in a labor camp. They put you after you marry. Most of the time, they assign you. Some people lucky. Some people it's not, because they put you in place that it's no food, that they put you to work that even harder. So
it wasn't like you were turning down a better life. You knew that even if you were to get married, it's not going to be fixing this lifestyle. So you decided to, because if I was in your position and I was already hungry and I was already and if somebody said, if you got married, you have a better life, I probably would have gotten married. I probably would have said yes. I mean, the life is already terrible. But you're saying that.
No. And then she told me that she been, she liked me, but pay attention for the past, 6-7 months. And I didn't know that's true or not. But then I left with the 2 wrapped banana, and I took it. I eat it right away. It's so good. You're hungry. So by 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm close to the camp. So I saw everybody walking on the street and everybody on the same direction. So by 5:30 or 6 o'clock, yeah, you eating dinner, and I blend in. I know quite a few people when I left, when they took me to another camp to work. Some people is missing. I know these two guy. When I was left, he sleep next to me all the time, and he was his skin white and tall, very handsome guy, and he educated
University student.
The three guy that slept next to me, he was gone. And I asked him, I said, what happened to the other three? He said, he's dead. I said, what happened? One, they just kill him because he find out he's a university student. And the two were sick, and then they sent him to the hospital, the local. Well, they have a team that when you're sick, they put you, I don't call it a hospital. It's just
The same
different place that they can give you different kind of medicine.
juice.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. So the two were sick and died. And one they killed him. So he was so afraid too. He said, I don't know what's going to happen to me. So we didn't talk much because by 6:30, the diners always have to stand on the lines, the same thing, and try to get that food porridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, this time I can see the rice a little bit instead of just water.
In comparison to the last camp that you were in, which was the really, really bad, the one that you had left because you got sick. In comparison, this first camp was not as bad.
I think when I came back this time here, and they feed you a little bit more food.
Mm-hmm.
In that camp, at the front of the camp is a river, that big river,
right?
And then you able to cut your own fish, and now they let you. If you cut your own fish, you can eat it.
Before they didn't let you do that.
Before now.
And before that, the last camp you were in the jungle, so that you have no access to that sort of fish or food.
Yeah. Right? See, this is the thing here. It really, I've been depend on luck, because if you go to the camp, so the soldier that guard you, the nice, the how hard that care, then you're lucky. You have food.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got the soldier that guard you that have no heart, no nothing, and then they just want to let you die, I mean, then you're gonna die slowly, because they're not gonna give you food. See, each camp, they treat you differently. It's not the same. So I can see that they improve a little bit on the food. So they let you have a little bit freedom. If you cut a rat, most of them, it's a lot of rat. If you cut your own rat, you can cook it. You can eat it. So
that probably was a big relief, because this whole time you were walking towards back this camp and you had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
If it was the same people, if you can even blend in, if you were going to just get killed right there because they found out that you left.
So at dinner, so I got a bowls of porridge. Porridge. And then I sat down with a few people, and I said, oh, will you come back? I said, yes. Then, just like I said, 10 people, they have 1 people to watch.
Right.
Yeah, not the soldier. So I know this guy. He used to be my leader, the group leader.
Right.
So he said, "Oh, you back?" I said, "Oh yeah, yeah. They they sent me back." So I lie. I got no choice. I cannot tell the truth.
What else are you supposed to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said, "Oh, okay." Then the next day, woke up. It's the same as the rest of everyone. Follow that group leader and go to work. So
What was the job here?
to at that time, I believe we built what a canal.
Oh,
Yeah, to bring the water
water
in
in. Okay.
to the farm, and then we built that. And so I was a little bit worried in the first couple days because the soldier didn't really recognize who's here, who's not. But the group leader can report it to the soldier,
Mhm.
right? He didn't. Yeah, he didn't say anything to the soldier, and they just worked there. So the time passed by. So now it's about a month. I was feel safe now. I said I'm okay. But then every day I try to catch the rat, which is a snake or whatever that I can find in my break time, because I think when lunchtime they give you about what 30, well, depend. That means sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes 1 hour, depend on the soldier. So usually they give you maybe 30 to 1 hour, to rest, to not eat lunch. So don't I don't usually rest. After I eat, I just go ahead and walk around, try to dig the hole wherever the rat is. So usually, sometime you cut, you know, uh, 5 or 10 rat, just half an hour. It's so many.
Mhm.
So
How exactly did you do that? So you dig a hole and
dig the
you
hole, and then because I think it's so many, it's in a real, you use the bamboo stick, sharp it and
Yeah.
just dig it, and then usually you go with two people. So you dig it when one that stick it out, make sure the other guys, make
Can
sure you
catch it.
cut, just smash with the bamboo stick.
I see. People
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
get
pretty
sick.
good.
People didn't get sick from eating those rats either.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because it's kind of a risk, isn't it?
Yeah.
To eat.
But I think, everybody eat, everybody sick, everybody, I mean, a lot of people die.
Yeah.
I think that's, you got no choice. You just live day by day. Just, so, yeah, I never stay still. I just try to survive, catch a rat, and then I share with my group leader. He like it, and we caught snake. We eat snake. I mean, so it was better than when I left the first time. I can see, but it's still a lot of people. Like I said, when you eat rat, you get caught a lot of disease, a lot of people. So one day I caught that disease too. When I went to the bathroom, it's all bleeding. You're all bleeding. Now it's really serious. I getting weaker every day, and
Was it your
this
stomach ache and
stomach
fever?
ache, and it's not no fever, but when you went to bath, it's bleed. It's all blood, it's pure blood.
I see.
So I said, "Wow, I think this is it." So it's getting weak. They let me rest. They let me stay. The group leader said, you stay." So the guy that slept next to me, I got back about a month or two. One night, one night they woke him up. Now they probably found out that this guy is a university student. He just slept next to me. Uh, woke him up. He said, usually they call, hey, friend, wake up. You need to, a new assignment. At night.
Frank, is that his name?
Friend, friend, they call it just like, they don't call your name, they call you a friend, just like Spanish amigo.
Yeah.
Friends. You need to follow me. You have a new assignment for you. That means most of the time they kill you. We know it.
Especially if it's in the middle of the night.
Middle at 9 o'clock at night. Everybody was asleep. So he was shaking. He just woke up and two guys, soldier with the gun. So walk him out maybe 200 meter, 300 meter from the camp. And then he just asking, he was so quiet so you can hear. He said, what I did wrong, please let me know before you kill me. He just kept saying that, repeated and repeated. And then, please let me know what I did wrong. I can hear so clear. I was shaking. I was shaking so bad. I said, maybe I'm next. And then I heard the bamboo stick. The bamboo hit. It was quiet at night, so you can hit, I think it hit his head. Boom. And then he still said, what I did wrong. What I did wrong. So I think they keep hitting him, and then the voice disappear. I think, it was, yeah, I was shaking. I didn't sleep that night. I kept thinking. I was saying, wow. I didn't want to die. I don't want to die this way. So,
do you remember his name?
Oh my God. He's a Laotian, because there's a lot of Laotian live in Cambodia, that. Laotian and Vietnamese and, Chinese, and he was a Laotian. Yeah, he was 20, I believe he was 22 years old, 22 or 23 years old. He was older than me. God, what his name? Now I couldn't remember his name. So, yeah. So it was happen probably once a week. They pull out people and kill.
And you can hear it.
You can hear it. 50% they took them and killed it a little bit far away. They dig the hole and then they kill it. They just, and but the one that asked questions, screaming and all that, they just kill it right there. They're pretty, close to the camp.
This is probably the second or third time that the guy next to you gets pulled over and got killed. I remember from the previous camps that had happened.
Well, that one, they probably sick too. And
sickness.
Yeah. And yeah, it happened a lot. Uh,
You feel so close to death,
oh,
probably.
yes, you feel every day hell. It's you live in hell. I mean, uh, it just you don't know when is your turn. You just live in a just like a chicken in a cage. One day they feel bad, they feel like they want to kill, they kill. And then all of these soldiers, when they kill, they love some, the soldier, they love to kill people. They just in their head, they sick. When they kill people, I think they feel like they strong, they
Powerful.
powerful, and they just continue to kill. No reason. With no reason.